Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Mrs. Caroline Shaji and today I'm here to tell you a story. I'm sure you all love hearing stories, but my story is not just a story, it's a story which does have a lesson to teach us. So listen up. The story goes like this. Once there was a group of disciples, and these disciples went up to their guru and they said to him, Guruji, we want to go on a pilgrimage. So the guru said, why do you want to go on a pilgrimage? And these disciples answered, we have lost our purpose and we feel that we are losing concentration on the Lord, on God. And therefore, to get back our concentration, we want to go on a pilgrimage. So the Guru was happy. He said, good, it's a good idea. You can go. But you have to do me a little favor. So the disciples were curious. What does the Guru want us to do? And he said, take this Bittergourd along with you, and wherever you go, place the Bittergourd just before the shrine. Then you say your prayers, and after you finish, you pick up that Bittergourd and move on. Now when you finish your pilgrimage, I would like to have that Bittergourd back. So the disciples very religiously took that Bittergourd with them. Wherever they went, they would keep that Bittergourd before the shrine. They would say their prayers and then they would pick up the Bittergourd and move on. They visited 12 holy places. And after the visit, they returned to their ashram. The moment they stood before the Guruji, he asked them, where is the Bittergourd I gave you? So they said, here it is. Now the Guruji said, take this Bittergourd, go and cook it and give it to me to eat. So the disciples did just as the Guru had commanded. When the Guruji tasted the cooked Bittergourd, he exclaimed in surprise, this still tastes bitter. Now the disciples were confused. A Bittergourd will definitely taste bitter, they replied. The Guru said, you took this Bittergourd to several places. You kept it at the shrine and you prayed before it. So the Bittergourd should have tasted sweet by now. But the disciples protested, no Guruji, a Bittergourd will always taste bitter. So the Guruji said, likewise, if you can't find concentration in the place where you belong, in the place where you stay, if you cannot meditate on the Lord in the place where you are, no matter how many places you go to, you're just going to be the same. There's not going to be any change within you until and unless you stay where you are and you change from the inside. So just as a Bittergourd would remain bitter even if it visited several shrines, you would remain the same until and unless you made up your mind to change from within and be where you are. There's no need for you to run around several places in search of peace, in search of God. You can find God where you are and within. So the moral of the story, don't run around looking for peace, looking for God. Try to find God here, inside you. Try to find God wherever you are. search for change within. Try to find God within. So, thank you for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed this story and you're going to continue watching my channel. Bye bye and take care.